Let's start our today's session. Standard 9 subject Maths 2. Sharing the PPT. Welcome to all of you. My class at Saraswati Bhuvan High School, Java. I am Mr. Thire SV. Today we are going to start Standard 9 subject Maths 2, chapter number 2, parallel lines. In that, we are going to see use of properties of parallel lines. Yesterday we have seen properties of parallel lines. Today we are going to see how to use properties of parallel lines. That we are going to take examples in practice set 2.2. Let's see practice set 2.2. First example in that is in figure 2.18, y is equal to 108 degree and x is equal to 71 degree. Are the lines m and n parallel? Justify. You know all the properties of parallel lines. Which are the properties of parallel lines? Opposite angles are congruent, alternate angles are congruent, corresponding angles are congruent, interior angles are supplementary. These are the properties of parallel lines. Now, by using these properties, we have to solve all these examples in practice set 2.2. How to use properties of parallel lines here. Let's see solution of first example. X is equal to 71 degree and y is equal to 108 degree given. Now, you know properties of parallel lines. If two lines are parallel and one is their transversal, then interior angles x and y, these two are interior angles. If x and y are interior angles, then interior angles are supplementary. Then line M and line N are parallel. If they are not supplementary, supplementary means sum of these two angles is 180 degree. If it is not 180 degree, then these two lines are not parallel. And if sum of x and y is 180 degree, then line M is parallel to line N. Got it? Let's see. Measure angle x plus angle y is equal to 71 degree. Measure of x is 71 degree and y is 108 degree. Sum of these two, 71 plus 108 is 179 degree. Means it is not supplementary. It is not equal to 180 degree. Therefore, we can say that x and y are interior angles, but they are not supplementary. Therefore, we can conclude that line M and line N are not parallel lines. Got it? Next question is, in figure 2.19, if angle A is congruent to angle B, then prove that line M is parallel to line M. L is parallel to M. Figure is given. Solution for this is, let opposite angles of angle of angle A is angle C. Suppose opposite angle of angle A is angle C. We know that property of parallel lines, opposite angles are always congruent. Therefore, angle A is congruent to angle C. Now, angle A is congruent to angle B. It is given in the question. If A is congruent to C and A is congruent to B also, it means angle C is congruent to angle B. Therefore, these two are corresponding angles. C and B are corresponding angles. Suppose angle C is here. It is. This is the angle C. C and B are corresponding angles. Therefore, and corresponding angles are always congruent. Therefore, we can say that if corresponding angles are congruent, opposite angles are congruent, it means line L is parallel to line M. Got it, all of you? Next question. Next question is question number 3. In figure 2.20, if angle A is congruent to angle B and angle X is congruent to angle Y, then prove that line L is parallel to line N. Figure is given. Solution for this is, first of all, we have to extend this line which has X and Y angles. Extend this line as draw line P as shown in figure. This is the construction of figure. Draw line P. Like K. Line K is the transversal of line L and line M. K is the transversal of L and M. Now A and B are congruent because they are corresponding angles. Angle A is congruent to angle B. These two are corresponding angles and corresponding angles are congruent. This is given. Now, therefore, line L is parallel to line M. If corresponding angles are congruent, then given lines are parallel. Now, line P is the transversal of line M and line N. P is transversal of line M and line N. Now, X and Y are alternate angles, and this is also given. X is congruent to Y. Therefore, angle X is congruent to angle Y is given as alternate angles are congruent. And therefore, we can say that line M is parallel to line N. If alternate angles are congruent, then given two lines are parallel. Okay. Therefore, if first conclusion is line L is parallel to line N, this is our first conclusion. This is number 1. Suppose this is okay. Line L is parallel to line M. And second conclusion is line M is parallel to line M. Second, now from 1 and 2, we can say that if first line is parallel to second line is parallel to third line, it means first line is parallel to third line. Therefore, we can say that from 1 and 2, line L is parallel to line N. Okay. Next question is question number 4. In figure 2.21, if ray BA is parallel to ray DE, angle C is 50 degree and angle D is 100 degree. Find the measure of angle ABC. One hint is given. Draw a line passing through point C and parallel to line AB. This is the figure. Figure is given. Construction is there. We have to draw line CF, such as line CF is parallel to line AB. This is line AB. Line CF, parallel lines. Construct like this. Now, line AB is parallel to line DE. Therefore, line CF is parallel to DE. We know we have drawn already CF is parallel to AB. And in question, it is given that line AB is parallel to line DE. Again, if first line is parallel to second line, second is parallel to third line, then first and third lines are also parallel. Therefore, we can say that line CF is parallel to line. All these three lines are DE, AB, and CF are parallel to each other. Now, therefore, now if two lines are parallel, one is their transversal, it means alternate angles are always congruent, and therefore angle DCF is congruent to angle EDC, or EDC is congruent to DCF. These are alternate angles. Now, EDC is given. EDC, angle EDC is 100 degree. Alternate angles are congruent. DCF is congruent to EDC. Therefore, DCF is also 100 degree. Now, DCF, angle DCF means sum of these two angles. Angle addition postulate, angle DCB plus angle BCF is equal to angle DCF. Whole angle. Sum of these two angles. Okay. CF is 100 degree is equal to DCB is given. Angle DCB is 50 degree given in the figure. Plus we have to find out angle BCF. BCF. Therefore, angle BCF is equal to 100 degree plus 50 degree goes to this side. It become minus 50 degree. 100 degree minus 50 degree is equal to 50 degree. And therefore, angle BCF is 50 degree. 50 degree. That's same. BC is angle bisector of BCF. Both the angles are congruent. E is an angle bisector of DCF. Okay. Now, line AB is parallel to line CF and line BC is transversal. Then we can write it as angle ABC plus angle BCF is equal to 180 degree as shown in figure. The figure ABC plus BCF are interior angles. Okay. ABC plus BCF is equal to 180 degree. Interior angles are there. Therefore, interior angles are congruent and therefore ABC, put the value of BCF here. In place of BCF, BCF is equal to 50 degree is equal to 180 degree. Now plus 50 goes to RHS side, it will become minus 50. Therefore, angle ABC is equal to 180 degree minus 50 degree. Therefore, angle ABC is equal to 180 minus 50 is 130 degree. Therefore, major angle ABC is 130 degree, which we have to find out. Understood? Okay. Next question is, in figure 2.22, ray AE is parallel to ray BD. Ray AF is the bisector of angle EAB and ray BC is the bisector of angle ABD. Prove that line AF is parallel to line BC. Here is given. You can see in figure. Here is given ray AE is parallel to ray BD. Last two rays, endpoints in ray. AE and BD are parallel. AF is the angle bisector of angle AB. Similarly, ray BC is the angle bisector of ABD. Therefore, AF is parallel to, we have to prove that line AF is parallel to line BC. The solution for this is ray AE is parallel to ray BD. It is given in question. And segment AB is their transversal. B is transversal. Then, if two lines are parallel, one is their transversal, then we know that alternate angles are always congruent. Therefore, major angle EAB is congruent to angle ABD. EAB is congruent to ABD. Alternate angles. Now, ray AF is the bisector of angle EAB. AF is bisector of EAB. Therefore, angle EAF plus angle BAF Suppose it is equal to x. In figure you can see x. Angle EAF is equal to x and angle BAF is also is equal to x. AF is angle bisector. Two are one angle. Now ray BC is the bisector of angle ABD. BC bisector of ABD. Again, ABC and DBC are congruent angles. Therefore, suppose angle ABC is equal to angle DBC is equal to y. Now, angle EAB is equal to angle ABD. Alternate angles are there, therefore they are equal. Now, x plus x, this x plus x is 2x and y plus y is 2y. Therefore, we can write it as 2x is equal to 2y. EAB is equal to 2x and ABD is 2y. 2x is equal to 2y. Now, dividing by 2 both the sides, then we will get x is equal to y. And therefore, angle BAF is equal to angle ABC. BAF is equal to ABC. But if x and y are congruent, this x is congruent to y here. This x, y. Because we have proved that x is equal to y. And therefore, if x and y are congruent, means these two are alternate angles. And therefore, AF is parallel to BC. Yes, therefore, angle BAF is equal to ABC. And therefore, we can write it as angle BAF is congruent to angle ABC because these two are alternate angles. And if alternate angles are congruent, then the given two lines or rays are parallel. And therefore, line AF is parallel to line BC. Ray AF and ray BC are parallel. Therefore, we can write it as line AF is parallel to line C. Got it, all of you? The solution of question number 5. Practice set 2.2. Now, next question number 6. A transversal EF of line AB and line CD intersects lines at point P and Q. Ray PR and ray QS are parallel and bisectors of angle BPQ and angle PQC respectively. And prove that line AB is parallel to line CD. Figure is given. Here you can observe all these points in question. Let's see question solution of 6. Let angle BPQ is equal to 2x because this is PR is bisector, means these two are congruent angles. Similarly, QS is bisector. These two are also congruent angles. Suppose this is x and y. 2x, x plus x, 2x and y by 2y. Therefore, angle BPQ is equal to 2x and PQC is equal to 2y. So, ray PR is angle bisector of angle BPQ and therefore BPR is equal to QPR. BPR is equal to QPR is equal to x. So, this is x. Also x. Ray QS is angle bisector of angle PQC. Therefore, we can Write it as PQS. Angle PQS is equal to angle CQS. It is equal to suppose y. Phi. Y plus y is y and x plus x is 2x. Okay. Ray PR is parallel to ray QS. Ray PR is parallel to ray QS. Therefore, angle QPR is equal to angle PQS. Angle QPR is equal to angle PQS. These two are alternate angles. And therefore, x is equal to y. Here it is. X is equal to y. Two are alternate angles. And alternate angles are always congruent. And if alternate angles are congruent, it means these two are parallel lines. Therefore, angle BPQ is equal to angle PQC. These two are also alternate angles. Therefore, we can say that line AB is parallel to line CD. Line AB parallel to line CD because angle BQ is equal to angle QC. These are also alternate angles. That is, x is equal to 2y. Therefore, these alternate angles are congruent. Hence, we can say that line AB is parallel to line CD. Got it, all of you? Prepared by me, it's Sandeep and teacher at Sri Saraswati Jalna. Please subscribe my YouTube channel Shikshan Mitra. Like and share my videos. Like them. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining my class. Thanks to all of you.